everybody! We're back. It's Saturday even. It's Saturday.
Can you believe it? How long has it been since we've done a Saturday
ages,
video?
Hasn't it?
It's terrible here in Melbourne at the moment. It's like black clouds and you can hear the rain on the roof, and it's although
Thunder
it's
and
spring,
lightning.
very erratic weather, and it's
better not be like this next week. Everyone in Australia next week, well in Melbourne particularly, we have the Spring Racing Carnival, and those of you who've been watching me for years know that it is my favourite week of the year. And we sort of wear hats, and you know, you do your nails and get your hair done.
It's like the Kentucky Derby in America.
Yeah, it's kind of like getting married, getting dressy clothes. It's really fun.
It's like fun. Ascot in London. So,
yeah, so I've been madly making jewellery for my outfits, and like it's like a crazy social week. Like if the rest of the year had all those events spanned out just in, you know, one a week, but next week we're like out every night. It's crazy, isn't it?
Megan said the other day she couldn't, we had to go somewhere, she couldn't possibly wear this outfit because it was last year's.
No,
and I said,
no.
I wouldn't be
Explain that. No.
I wouldn't be seen dead in last year's outfit myself. Mine will probably be the year before that. I can. Now
that's not what I said. What I said was, I went to the Caulfield Cup last week, and what the Spring Carnival is about in Melbourne is about fashion. And I was going to the David Jones marquee, and Camilla was going to be there, the designer who I really love. So when I heard she was going to be there, I had planned on wearing last year's dress, but because the designer was going to be there, I didn't want to do that. So I totally wear last year's. I mean, these pants I've got on, I've had for probably 8 years. So I do wear last year's stuff, but I do not wear last year's stuff to the fashion Spring Racing Carnival.
I think Megan looked good in this outfit, and that's
I do recycle hats though.
That's what we're going to talk about today, because when I came in today, Megan was watching Oprah.
Of course I was watching Life Class.
Who's
watching
Facebook?
those mad Facebook?
On Facebook?
Yes.
Facebook, right?
But I love watching her live because you can... No, I won't. Because I love, you know, knowing that she's doing that all at the same time, and there's people all around the world and we're all watching at the same time.
Anyway,
that's fun.
What the show was about, it had a lady in the audience, a lovely lady, and Oprah and her were chatting away with that other lady of Oprah's sits on the
Iyanla.
Yeah, she's a character.
She's hilarious. I love her.
She comes up with a saying a minute. And the lady was saying she was having difficulty dealing with the present now because she'd been beautiful
years
gone by, she was beautiful.
She was the, you know, prom queen or whatever.
And so the conversation was budding along the lines that you cannot rely on beauty alone, which...
Or external factors.
External factors.
You know, Oprah then said, you know, you can't be, if you're an elite athlete, you can't maintain that forever. If you're beautiful, you know, you're going to get lines and, you know, gravity kicks in.
So what is it that makes you beautiful? And then I said to Megan, while this Facebook show with Oprah was on, I said, I went out with a lot of beautiful girls and I only went out with them once. And there was visual attraction. They were pretty.
But after
well, they won't know who they are.
That's right.
Well, they only got the one call. I went out with them once, and you know, at the end of the day, you sort of.
I hope you didn't kiss them then.
You know, look.
Did you kiss them?
No, just you know.
Just checking, because I knew you look at someone.
You look at someone and you have physical attraction, and you think, wow, and then but the attraction goes a lot further than the physical, because after one night, I just wasn't remotely interested in seeing them again. You see, and to me,
kisses. What do you reckon?
I don't think I even kissed him. I just there was no attraction.
No, I'm only kidding.
Do you know, the attraction for me is when you get to know someone and you become fond of them, and that's when it's a relationship with a girl, or whether it's a work friend, or whether it's a platonic relationship, or whether it's your best buddy or your bestest friend, or whatever it is. It's not the beauty; it's how people are. And what I find attractive in someone is their get up and go, and
the way they interrupt you.
Well, they have a purpose.
Yeah.
You know, they get out of bed and they're rocking because they want to do something, because they've got a passion or a job, or they're onto it, and that is a very attractive thing. Because if you meet someone and you talk to them and
I must have done all right.
Think
you
about
stayed
this.
with me for 21 years.
No, you go, what do you do? I'm retired. Well, what did you do today? Oh, I sat at home. Well, what did you do?
Maybe they want to sit at home.
Well, maybe they do, but for me, not very attractive if nothing's ever happening. So, I mean...
Yes, because it's hard for you to make
well, you can
conversation.
be retired,
but if they like staying home, maybe some people just want to.
No, but you might say, oh, I read a great book, or today in the paper this was happening, or I went for a walk, or I went and did some exercise.
They might just be lousy conversationalists.
You know, had a great shag with my wife last night. I mean... It could have been, you know, I mean, that's
getting a bit cheeky and risque. I was just referring to kissing before. I could have said, you know, shag them.
That is a good conversation.
Gary will love that.
Oprah was talking about that. Oprah was talking about that.
No, she did.
So, really, it's that. What's the aphrodisiac for if it's a man or a female? It's the personality.
There we are.
It's the personality, because I got to know quite a few girls back in my youth. And I enjoyed going out with them.
Too, because
I enjoyed going out with them.
Stayed friends with him when we weren't dating.
They weren't the best looking, but they were fun. You see, back in those days, Megan...
We saw one of them last night, actually. One of my favourite ones ever.
Megan used to work on the basis. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So Megan was all over everything.
I was. I'm smart.
I had nowhere to go. I was cornered.
Right. You'd never get away with anything now.
21.
Everyone on Facebook would tell me you got nowhere to hide. Baby.
I met Megan when she was just about the age of our son now, Max, who's nearly 19. I met Megan when she was 19.
That's crazy, isn't it?
We had to put her out to pasture a bit every now and then when she wasn't conforming, but you know, we moulded her and we got her over the line.
Are you using the royal we there?
Oh, that's when you sort of disconnect
Karen
yourself.
Will pick up on that.
That's when when you disconnect yourself from the first party. Is that what it is?
I don't know what it is. Anyway, we've got a crazy week this week with all the races. And superficial though it is. It is a very superficial week. It's just going there, having champagne.
Tell them what I think of it.
You just don't like talking all the bullshit. He doesn't like standing around and just raving on about nothing, whereas I quite enjoy hearing what people have been up to. You know, I might bump into people I haven't seen for a year. I don't know. I like hearing people's stories. I'm going to take a ruler out.
I'm going to take a ruler out this year, and when the people start talking about how good they are, I'm going to measure them. Do you know what I mean?
Also, the other thing is, I've also got my camera, so I'm going to be photographing a lot of the marquees, like Maya and Lexus and so
Megan's interested in fashion and jewellery and costume jewellery and hats and
champagne.
You know, all of that and how it's all put together, because that's a big business, you know, all this fashion stuff. And so that's your passion and that's what you do. So I understand that.
But I like the silliness of it. I like it that we get all dressed up and we wear a hat. I mean, you don't do that. I know everybody don't even tell me. I know it's stupid. But I love it. For 1 week, I love it. By the end of the week, I'll be going, oh my God, I can't bear the thought of going back.
I always like it when Megan does not wear flat shoes, because if she wears higher shoes, then I know it's going to be an early day.
He loves that. He'd love it if I did that.
If
but
she
I'm
wears
flat shoes.
Sometimes she doesn't get home till it's dark. And let me tell you, not me.
Paul goes, oh, how are you going to get home? I go, I don't know. You know, I always get my way home. I caught the train last year. And last year I was on the train for 3 hours with my friend John because, and he was so nice to stay with me, wasn't he? John was actually at the Oprah Taco night. He was the one who said you work to live to...
Australians live to live, whereas Americans live to work.
Yeah. That was John anyway. So that's how I was with.
I told Oprah that Australia was a little America. Sorry about that, Oprah.
You got that? I don't think anyone else picked up. I didn't even pick up on that.
I told Oprah that America was a little Australia. And what I meant to say was that Australia was a little America, but no one picked up and they ran it. And when I said
I know
America...
you sharp YouTubers picked that up and said to us.
America is a little Australia. Oprah said, is that right? And when I look back on it, that is funny. So,
and now I hear it all the time. So what's everyone up to this week? What are you all doing?
But just remember, Botox, all that, you know.
See, I don't. I know what I'm going to tell you.
That won't make you more beautiful. Working on having a passion and developing what it is you like to do and having enthusiasm and energy and horsepower, that's what's attractive. Well,
that was
you know, you can be... We've got guys that go to the gym that's 93 years of age, and the guy comes in and he's pumping weights.
We've talked about him before.
He's great,
you
know, but you know what? He's up and he's...
I want to tell them my thing that I went, and then I've let you rave on now, but I'm interrupting. Everyone, the other day, I'm not going to say the name of this product because I'm not going to endorse something that I don't believe in, but yesterday... A friend of mine has developed, or he hasn't developed it, but he's somehow involved with this cream that's supposed to get rid of cellulite. Girls, have your ears pricked up.
I went upstairs and Megan had it all over her body. So what are you doing?
I didn't know. I put it on my legs, my thighs, and anyway, so if it works, I'll tell you about it. But I am doing it. And the other thing, I'm going to do a video on like products I love, because a lot of people have said, oh, what makeup or what skincare and all that stuff, because that's always quite interesting. I always love a good shampoo or a bit of a beauty product. Anyway, there's this fabulous brand of mascara. I can't even think what it's called. I think it might be Miraness. Anyway, I got it in one of those gift bags, when you go to an event, and it is so fabulous. And so I rang them.
Loving that one.
I know. I rang them and I said, I really want to make a video about your product because there is nothing like it. So they sent me one. So I am going to do a video and introduce you to this. And there's nothing in it for me except that I did get one free mascara from them so I could have a nice clean one to do the video. Oh, and then, I know that doesn't interest you, but the girls will be interested. And they also sent me this fabulous eyelash curler. I'll show you. It's unbelievable.
Can I throw the box out?
It's a heated... Not until I do the video, because they'll want to see the packaging. Won't you, everyone?
Too late.
Anyway, we're filming in high def. We're getting very clever these days.
So, goodbye.
We've got a light and everything, but it might be taking so long. I hope we've recorded. Hear the thunder?
Good night.
Good night. Have a happy weekend, everyone. Bye. Oh, I hope that recorded. Oh, it did.